Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Richland Center. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, as we're here tonight in a non-conference ball game, starting things off on the season. Game number 1 of 9 here, and it all starts here in Richland Center. Joining me tonight, Dave Gluck here, and of course the voice of the Westby Norsemen as we get set. Dave, thanks for joining me tonight. Tape delayed. Thought we could maybe try and do a live production, but no internet ports for us, so we're just gonna go and have some fun.
Well, why not? And a lot of people always watch on the tape delay, and as a good friend of ours, Joe Devine, would say, welcome to the fastest 9 weeks of the year.
No kidding. Absolutely. It is really something how quick it does seem to go. We're going to start out with, sunshine, and you can see the shadows and stuff, and by the end of the season, we're going to be all bundled up and thinking, man, where did that nice warm weather go? Well, let's take a look at what happened last year, Dave. It's been a number of years now. Westby and Richland Center have been playing, and it's really kind of a neat little rivalry here. Westby having the better end of it for the most part.
Yeah, Westby's just, if they've had the size, Ken, they have the team speed year after year down here, and Richland just all seems to be in that rebuilding cycle. And this year they have, last year a lot of young kids played from sophomores and juniors, and those kids now are seniors and juniors, so we'll see if that experience can translate into a nice season for them. They went 1-8 last year. Westby went 6-3, of course, losing in the first level of the state playoffs.
Right. Well, we're ready for the kickoff, and with that, I am going to turn the mic over to Dave Gluck.
Yeah, kicking off here for Richland Center is Zach Hillers. And you got to be careful deep because Westby has some danger guys, and there's one of them right here. Andrew Stockstone got the ball at the 5, quickly across the 20. Now up through a gap, and here he goes. Up the sideline, he's got tremendous speed. They're not going to touch him. Anders Stockstone, what a way to start the year for Westby. A 95-yard kickoff return.
My, oh my. Well, you called it, Dave. One of the guys that you got to watch out for. And they kind of proved it right there, didn't they? That's something that we talked about on the drive down here. The overall team speed of Westby might be to their best advantage.
Yeah, you have kids like Anders. You have Gavin Bergdahl, Blake Sutton. You can just go on just off the top of my head thinking they just have really good speed.
We're going to look at the extra point kick here. Snap is up, and it's no good. Off to the left side. We'll take a little break and come back. The Norsemen up on top here, an electrifying kickoff here in the first play of the football game and the season. It's 6-0. Back in a moment. Back we come here to Richland Center. It's 6-0 with 11:46 to go. 14 whole seconds have gone by, Dave, and the Norsemen are on top.
Yeah, Chase Bendel set to kick off. Back deep is 16 and Fletcher Harper. And I believe that's another Harper. 2 Harpers. Boys, Duncan Harper, 20. Nice high kickoff. It's coming to the hands of Duncan Harper. He takes it right up the middle looking for a crease. He tell you what, 15 for Westby. And Maddox Torkelson, that may have saved a big spring right there because Harper had a head of steam up through the middle of the field.
That was a pretty gutsy play there by Maddox. He's only a freshman, but he stuck his shoulder pads in there and got a pretty good lick on him.
He sure did. So Richland Center, their first offensive play of this 2023 season. Wes Bosworth, the quarterback, number 6. In the backfield is Brady Dosh and Teague Perkins.
Bosworth, one of the real fine athletes here for the Richland Center Hornets.
They go receivers to both sides. Not able to handle a snap, and wisely he picked it up and just went forward, picked up a couple.
Whenever you have something like that takes place, the best thing you can do is try to make something positive out of a busted play. That's one of those, and he picks up a couple of yards, brings up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, staying calm in those situations, the first thing to do is secure the ball, which he did, and then he just went forward. So again, receiver split to both sides. In the slot is 24 in Fingerson. Running backs to both sides of Bosworth. Again, a low snap inside handoff. And nothing happening as quickly in there is 64 for Westby on the bottom, Aiden Teach.
You know, Teach
and
took
34 in Stensling.
I was going to say, Teach took the low road and Stensling took the high
Yeah.
road, didn't he?
He sure did. In fact, Teach wasn't even in the starting lineup. He came in on the second play and
Yeah.
made an impact play. Westby brings in a couple more players now. We'll get this defense to you as the game goes on. It's Bosworth with 3rd and long and 9. Again, another low snap, and that just sets the timing off. And not able to get it off. Lefty running right.
Nice
No
job
good.
by Cooper Raw as he came in and busted that play up. Actually, the pass actually hit him just right in the chest bone, it seemed like. Right in the old
that'll
sternum.
bring up a punting situation, and Anders Stockstone said, yep, I'd like to get my hands on the ball again.
Well, you know, and here's the question, Dave. What do you do as a coach? That's one man back there. You got to try and kick the ball away from him.
Yeah, you kick it toward the sideline and hope that the ball doesn't get shanked and go directly out of bounds. But even a 20, 25 yard to the sideline isn't be better than putting it in the hands of Stockstone right now.
Right.
High snap, and now we got some trouble. Westby quickly on the attack and driven down by 72 in Ryan Birkland.
Well, Birkland was there, and also give some credit. I was trying to look to see who that first man was that got in there. That might have been number 1 in Joey Ellefson.
And number 6 I think number 6 I saw fly through there too, and Quinn Bergdahl. He came up limping. So here comes Westby now. Short field to work with, ball right on the 15-yard line for their first offensive play of this season. Blake Sutton at quarterback. He has Rhett Stensling, a veteran of the backfield, along with Joey Ellefson. Anders Stockstone is far to the right side, and Lucas Bendel to the left. Here comes Anders Stockstone on this jet sweep, and he's in all kinds of trouble.
Boy.
And that's that. Richland Center, a good job of containing that.
Yeah, Brady Dosh came in, and I tell you what, he really did a great job kind of trailing a little bit. I did not catch the number who was out in front here coming to the sideline who really strung that play out.
Loss of 9. We'll bring up 2nd and long. Ellison now out wide. Bunched up on the right side, a pitch out to Stensling. He cuts it back through the middle, and I was looking for a flag to fly, but good job by the defense not grabbing the face mask.
Yeah, they wrapped him up kind of high, and that arm kind of came across that face mask, as you mentioned, Dave, but the fingers did not get caught in there, so they were going to let it go.
Well, they gave Rhett 1 yard on that play. 3rd down, 17 to go. And I'm thinking sideline deep. Out to the far right side is Bjorklund. Zach Bjorklund, number 4. Stackstone here wearing 7 to the near side. And Sutton's just going to keep it. And the design quarterback keeper, I suppose they figure we got 2 downs to play with here. He picks up maybe 4. It's going to be 4th and 15 now.
Teague Perkins in on the first hit, and then as Ellison was able to get away from him, then Liam Fingerson kind of came in and finished it off a little bit.
Well, it just kind of shows you right here in this opening series for Westby what type of athleticism they have, Ken, because guys are playing in all kinds of different positions. I believe the only player in a set position so far has been Stensling. The other guys are going wide. They're lining up at the halfback spot into the slot. Here you have Bergdahl to the top, Stackstone to the bottom. Ellison in the slot and the tight end, number 9, and Lucas Bendel on the left side. Now timeout is going to be charged to who?
I think it's Westby.
Westby.
Yep. They kind of sensed that maybe the time clock was running down on them a little bit there. Well, that means we can take a little break. We'll do that and come right back, take a look at some of those sponsors that are helping to bring you tonight's football action.
Go 4th and 15. Westby coming out of the timeout. Sutton up under center, backfield split. Straight drop, going to look to the outside, chucks it up high. He's got a receiver out there. Caught it. Bergdahl with the catch has reached over the top of the defender and hauls it in for the 20-yard touchdown strike on 4th and 15.
My goodness, what a throw there. He just lofted that, as you mentioned, Dave, and let him kind of run underneath and do his thing, and he did it.
So Westby scoring again, this time offensively, at the 8:16 mark of this first quarter.
Looking for the point after attempt here once again. Snap is down. The kick is blocked this time. No good. And we'll leave it at that. A couple of scores here for the Norsemen. Back with more here in a moment as it's 12-0 Westby over host Richland Center.
30 though. To the corner.
Back we come here to Richland Center. Ken Manning along with Dave Gluck in a non-conference football game. And Dave, you talk to the coaches and they're going to say, non-conference is fine. It's not our main focus. But you know what? There's a couple quick scores here. I got a feeling Westby is kind of looking at this as it's a big game for them. They want to get on track for the Cooley.
Well, any chance you get to really strap them on and go against an opponent is so much different than practice, right?
Right.
And so Bendel with the kickoff, it's going to come in towards Duncan Fletcher. Picks it up. He's going to come to the near side looking for any type of opening, and he found a handful of white in number 2, Brady Mowry.
Boy, did Brady ever get in there. And that was a nice tackle because he put the shoulder pads right in the midsection, which is a classic tackling position. And, it looks like it's a big hit, but it really is absorbed pretty well by both players.
Yeah, just wrapped them up high.
Mm-hmm.
That defensive line for Westby and the nose tackle is Ryan Bjorklund. The ends are Rhett Stensling and Doug Gardner. Outside linebackers are up on the line of scrimmage. Bosworth will go quickly to the outside, has a receiver, and quickly up through the middle and a pickup of about 8.
Nice job there on that quick hitter, and you take a look with Fletcher Harper on the receiving end of that. He turned upfield quickly and was able to pick up a nice piece of yardage there. It's going to bring up a second and a short 1, maybe 1.5.
Yeah, he had a lot of white in front of him and found a way to pick his way through a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So 2nd and 1. Bosworth looks to the other side. That one's down low, one hopper. Too quick. You got to step into that ball and throw it.
And he was definitely wide open. They kind of send a man out in front, kind of act as a little semi-screen, if you will. And you come back towards the quarterback to receive that pass. But like you said, he had to one-hop that one, and that's not what you want.
Just a nice little curl by the wide receiver. Now we'll set 3 to the left side of this formation, running back off to the right side of Bosworth. And he's going to keep it up through the middle. Nice play. And now he's got this head of steam behind him over to 50 and whipped down at the 48-yard line.
Well, I can tell you what, Quinn Bergdahl had him by the shoulder pads, and it was all he could do to kind of spin him down. But that was a touchdown-saving tackle, most likely.
Sure was. 21 yards on the carry for West Bosworth. That reminded me of McConkey last year for West Salem Eve.
Yes.
All year long, every team they played, he had that play to him.
Yeah, big, strong kid.
Yep.
That's Bosworth right here for sure.
Ball on the 47-yard line. First down. Richland Center has something going. Westby showing blitz. Give up the middle, and there's Ellefson. Sealed the edge, made the tackle for a 2-yard loss.
Boy, when you can do something like that, that's just a great football play. You want to seal and then make the runner turn in so that your linebackers can come up and take care of business. But he did both.
That he did. He's an outside linebacker coming up on the line. On the other side is Lucas Bendel, doing the same thing. And just leave 2 middle linebackers. Now another fake up the middle. Bosworth, good strong boy, and just hammers forward a gain of about 6.
Yeah, on the tackle there, that was 56 and Chase Bendel. And coming in with the shoulder pad was Quinn Bergdahl to help bring him down.
Westby, it looked like Teach and Stensling. They met in the backfield, and Teach came up limping. 3rd down, a long 7. Again, Westby showing blitz up the middle, and here they come. That ball thrown in between the receivers, so one went deep sideline, the other one was trying to kind of float himself into the seam and wasn't able to get there.
And the interesting part, Brady Mowry was the closest one to the ball.
So that brings up 4th down, and it looks like they're going to punt this thing away. Stackstone will drop back.
Well, if you can pin the Norsemen back deep in their own territory and let your defense do the job.
Pressure in the center right now. He snapped it high last time. Let's see what he does in this time. Fingerson to punt. and got it away end over end. That's when you're going to get away from. And it's going to roll out at about the 30, probably 1 or 2 yard line.
Yeah, that was a tough one there for him. A bit of rough luck on that kick. He felt a little pressure because he had to catch it on the one hop, and that kind of throws your rhythm off a little bit.
6 minutes here left in the first quarter. Ken, I'm going to let you handle the time and the clock, because I can't really see that over here. I know that people want to know.
I'll try and do my best to keep you up on it.
So Sutton brings them up to the line in the I formation, stenciling. And it looks like Mowry back. No, it's Ellefson. No, it's Mowry. Mowry's got the ball up through the middle he goes, and picked up and put down after a pickup of about 4. Mowry is fast.
Yeah.
And that's a nice little addition for Westby to be able to have that guy being able to quickly move up through the middle.
What do they call that when they had, I'm trying to remember now, it'll come to me. You probably got it, like when you have, it was like lightning and something. What thunder?
Probably thunder, yeah.
Thunder and lightning, there you go.
This gives to Stenciling. He's going to go to the right side, and he's going to plow his way forward close to a first down. He needed 6, and looks like he's going to have 5.
Stenciling would be the thunder,
down.
By the way.
That's, yeah. Stenciling did pick up 7 on the play. I'll move the chains.
And he even drug a couple of players with him for at least 2 yards.
Ben Rathel doing the centering for Blake Sutton. He's got the eye behind him. Anders Stackstone to the near side. Give straight up the middle again to Stenciling, and that time it's played pretty well by Richland Centers. They stuffed him after a gain of 4.
Kind of an interesting play there, Dave, because the man in motion did a little stutter step, and then he led the blocking into the hole, and Stenciling was following. Just got a little bit congested was all.
Stenciling picked up a little over 500 yards last year. Of course, the leading rusher in Vatland with over 1,000 yards rushing. He, of course, graduated.
Well, he was the Lightning last year.
And he thundered it, too. He was a devastating runner. Mowry to the outside. And brought down after a nice pickup of about 9. Lost his helmet. They'll give him 10.
Well, last man up for the Hornets was Wes Bothwers as the quarterback, also playing there in that, I believe he's in that linebacker position. He came up and helped make the stop.
Right side of that line, Chase Bendel, right guard, 56, right tackle, Sean Dolan, number 60. Over there on the right side. On the left side, you have Ryan Birkeland at the tackle spot, 72 and 75, Evan Birkeland.
Kind of neat to have a 1-2 brother punch right there.
I guess so.
I wonder if they talk a little bit about what their scheme is going to be once in a while.
I'd like to see the dinner table. 1st and 10. Now Sutton working out of the gun. And he'll keep it, go right side, up through the middle, and now he's off, and they're not going to get him, I don't think. Blake Sutton's got tremendous speed. And you know what? Probably a lot of hunger, too, because he was out all last year.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, he might have a little something to prove, in his thoughts.
44-yard run by Sutton. Puts Westby on the board again.
3:42 in the quarter. But that's the time for the touchdown run. And we'll look for the extra point kick once again here with Devin Brown.
They may be going for it.
No, they could.
They might be going for the 2.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right, Dave.
Brown is in there, but he's in the fullback slot, the lone back, behind Sutton. Receiver split to both sides, full line. And now a flag goes up, and we have motion on the Westby team.
Would that change your thinking now?
Nope, I'm still on. This time I'm throwing the ball, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it up in the corner and
Right.
let your receivers go after it.
Yeah. Well, they've already shown that they can do that.
Yep, they've got the speed. Zach Bjorklund coming in. We'll see in the break if, you see Stackstone out there. He's going to go to the far right side with Bjorklund in front of him. Sutton will drop back, throw it over to Cross, and not able to make the connection with Stackstone. A little too high.
3:40 to go here in quarter number 1, 18-0 Westby. The Norsemen set to kick off once again. They're holding on to an 18-0 lead here in quarter number 1.
Fletcher, Duncan Harper both back as Bendel sends it end over end, and again, it's in the hands of Duncan Harper. And he's looking for some space up the middle, though. And he's bent over backwards by 78. And Tanner Hagen, a sophomore.
Well, I'll tell you what, he got down that field in a hurry. He outraced the defenders in a sense.
Again, that's good. That speed is all over the place for Westby this year. Even the big guys can run.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting there.
So Bosworth will have a lone back behind him. He has 3 receivers to the right side, 1 solo to the top. Snap straight back to Bosworth. Has time to look. Floats it across to 24 in Fingerson. And he has about a pickup of 14, maybe 15 they're going to give him.
Well, that was a little bit of it looked like a delayed little toss there. And Fingerson got out in the open. Nobody around him for maybe like 4 or 5 yards.
Nice little touch pass from Bosworth. Ball now on the 37-yard line. Trying to get the change straightened out over there. Almost had a tangle in it. Now we have a jump up front. And that'll go against the Hornets.
Ball start on the Hornets.
Well, that's one thing that as a coach, any coach for that matter, you see the penalty after a positive play, kind of shoots yourself in the foot a little bit. Hopefully they can respond back if you're a Hornet fan.
Again, 3 receivers down low, 1 to the top, lone back to the left side of Bosworth. They'll drop straight back. Now come here to the near side. Got a little space in front of him. Ooh. As number 2 in Maury took out 24 in Fingerson.
Gain of 10.
Yeah, that was a bit of a collision there, wasn't it?
Bosworth able to pick up 10 yards and makes it 2nd and about 6. They just want to put one together here and short run up the middle. Good push from the backside by that offensive line. That ball was kind of stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he got a push for 1, and that was Perking.
Right in the middle of that melee was Maddox Torkelson, the freshman, number 15.
Perkins, I want to make sure I got that right. 3rd down, 5 to go. Bosworth continues to work out of the gun. Good snap. Now run straight up the middle and driven back by number 20 and Gabe Friedland. Boy, he put a helmet in there. Met, looks like Perkins at the line of scrimmage and drove him back.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pick up at least 3 or 4 yards when he first, hit that line, and all of a sudden it just stopped and went backwards.
Wesley getting a chance to put a lot of different players in here. They're looking to punt this thing away, and now looks like the Norsemen have to take a timeout as they had too many guys on the field.
Timeout, Westby.
That's their 2nd timeout. 1:25 to go here, yet quarter number 1, 18-0. We'll be right back.
We're back here after that timeout. Westby getting it realigned. Fingerson set the punt. Nope, they got it empty in the backside of this defense. They're going to let the punt go. Maybe they're going to go after it. Good snap. And the punt is on the way. Nice high spiral. It's going to hit and check up. Just like Rory McIlroy.
Yeah.
Right at the 20-yard line.
Speaking of, did you see some of those golf shots that they had yesterday? My goodness.
Yeah, this is ridiculous, isn't it? In a high wind like that, too.
I couldn't even lob it in like that. And that'd be with my hands, like a slow pitch.
Well, 1st and 10, Norsemen
1:16 to go here.
Ball right on the 20-yard line. Richland coming in late, probably with the play. Of course, backup quarterback and the junior.
Yep.
6-footer, 160 they have him listed at.
Could mention next week, Westby will host Benton Friday night football.
Casey Wilbur now in the game. He comes in motion to the other side, or is lined up on the wrong side. Now he gets set as Sutton does a good job waiting for him. So he's set to the left, Bjorklund to the top. And roll out to the right side, throw out to number 9 in Bendel. Bendel made a great catch right at the shoes.
How he kept his balance and then made the turn is beyond me. That was an excellent job coming up with some positive yards.
Pick up a 5, 2nd and 5.
Next week, Cashton up at Independence, and Viroqua will host Brookwood in our area, 3 area districts that we cover.
Bergdahl goes to the top, Wilbur to the bottom. Straight eye behind Sutton is Stensling and Ellefson. That's Maury. I get those two guys mixed up, and boy, there's a good tackle as Maury's brought down after a pickup of a couple.
Nice job sportsmanship there with Cole Brenninger helping him up. Brenninger we'll see on the wrestling mat. Now a senior.
Coming in, 74, Braden Kleppe. That's a nose tackle for you.
Yeah.
3rd and short. Now the stopping the clock.
Into the quarter.
Into the quarter. All right. Score here after 1, 18 Westby, 0 Richland Center. We'll come back after they switch sides where Westby will have a short 2 yards on 2nd down. All right, here comes Westby. Start of the second quarter. They're up 18-0. 3rd and 2, Sutton under center. Turn, gives straight up the middle to Stensling, and look at the muscle, power, but he's not going to get there. He did all he could do to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That was a really nice job by that interior line plugging the hole. You have number 6 and number 8, Wes Bosworth in there, 18 as well, and Tyler Woodman. And there was a couple others I didn't get a chance to see their numbers today, but that was a nice defensive stop there by the Hornets.
I was watching Ryan Bjorklund. He was way down the field making a block 12 yards deep on number 16.
Wow.
And Fletcher Harper. And Fletcher Harper was in defense mode, and he actually gave a nice little throw move there. Now 4th down and very short. Surprised that Westby wouldn't just powered us through. And the punt is on the way. It's going to go to the left side and out of bounds. It'll be 1st down. Richland Center as they held Westby on that series.
You know, we're going to talk a little bit about the maybe projections of where these two teams would wind up in their respective conferences. My understanding with the Cooley, Norsemen figure that they can make a little noise again this year.
Yeah, I think that is very likely. Again, they have the right pieces. They have a lot of experience out there. A lot of these kids have been playing since they've been sophomores. Mm-hmm. The Bendel boys were sophomores, and of course Stensling is a freshman, and Bjorklund as a sophomore. Just a lot of experience out there for this Westby team, both offensively and defensively. No gain on that play for Richland Center. They'll set up 2nd and 10.
Speaking of defense, that was Gabe Friedland in there on the tackle, again putting those shoulder pads to use.
Bosworth will operate again out of the gun, backs to both sides. Receivers 2 to the near, 1 to the top. And that's knocked down by Ellefson. And that one, West would probably like to have back because he totally telegraphed that one. Little quick pump fake there. He'll maybe think about that next time. Let that defender fly by him.
And that's exactly what I was thinking because Joey Ellison was, he played it very well. I'll give him a ton of credit for that. But Bosworth, with a little more patience, would have had him going by.
And being a lefty, maybe he didn't. You had to turn his head, and maybe he didn't see him.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and long. Bosworth straight back. Here comes the pressure. Boy, he took a hit and overshot 36, the receiver, And that was Eli Muckler. He stopped running. If he'd have kept running, that would have probably been right in his hands.
Got to have faith in that quarterback.
Yeah, and Bosworth, he stood back there and he took a shot.
He did. He's coming off with his hands on his sides. He probably lost a little air, I think. Down on a knee trying to get that back.
So Westby will drop Stackstone back. Yeah, Richland Center has a whole bunch of holes to pack up there. 5. They're still short, guys. There's one guy on the far side.
Oh, yeah.
Here he comes. There's another one. Now they got 11. They wanted to play with 8 for a while there.
No, this is 11-man, guys.
Yeah, right? A nice punt again. End over end. He's going to turn that one over into Stackstone's hand at the 20. Now he's coming to the near side, looking for the sideline. Inside cut. And here comes the flag fly through there.
Oh, I didn't see.
Yep, there's a flag
there?
in there.
Okay.
So this
yeah.
one's likely going to come back on probably a block on the back side.
Well, when you turn and go back to the inside, that's going to happen every once in a while.
That's just good running too, Ken. Rather than going out of that sideline, he planted that outside foot and kept it upfield.
Yep.
And this one will come back.
Well, a tough break there for the Norsemen. The 10:07 mark. They will have the ball, but not the touchdown. Well, it's going to be a holding call, not a block in the back or clip.
Same result.
Yeah.
Just probably different yardage to step off here.
I would imagine. 10-yard walk-off there.
He's walking, solid 10.
I suppose what? Point of infraction?
Yep. Here comes Westby now.
10-yard penalty will place the ball at the 36.
Westby, they're up 18-0. Of course, the kickoff return to start things off. Then a touchdown pass from Sutton to Bergdahl. Then a Sutton run of 44 yards. Other than that, rushing yards have been hard to come by for Westby. Brett Stensling, 4 carries, 13 yards. Maury, 3 for 16. Elfson, I don't have him down for a carry yet. First and 10, pitch outside, goes to Ellefson. Squirts up through, picks up about 3.
Joey Elfson, the ball carrier.
He will get to the 40-yard line.
Gain of 2. Cole Brenninger in on the stop.
Brenninger making the stop. He did a good job of getting to Ellefson, who has some quick feet as well.
2nd and 7.
What weight is Brenninger at?
I'm trying to remember last year. It seemed like he was in that 52
in the mids
range, somewhere in there. Maybe he was up even at 60.
2nd and 8 for the Norsemen.
I just knew I didn't want to go out on the mat with him. That would be, he's a solid boy.
2 receivers to the top, 1 here to the bottom. Oh, there's movement right side here. Is that what they're going to call? Or, delay. I saw the right tackle just take a little plunge forward and reset himself. That was
5-yard penalty.
They might have flipped the coin to say which one should we say.
well, that was 66 for Westby. I don't have a 66 on my
Oh, really? Yeah.
roster here. So 2nd and now 12 face the Norsemen. Wilbur in motion. Pitch comes to the outside. Stensling getting game tackled and pulled down after just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Dave, you got to give some credit here. I mean, I think a lot of credit to Brady Dosh, a sophomore, number 28. He stood in there and wound up taking a full body shot from Stensling, but that was enough to slow him down, and then the Hornets came in for the gang tackle.
Yeah. You're right. That takes some courage.
Yeah.
But if you're going to strap on the helmet, that's one of the first things you need.
Yep.
2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Stensling off to the right side of Sutton on this 3rd and 11 play. Snap straight back. Sutton's going to look right side. Here comes a rush, and Sutton's going to keep it. That's going to be the danger of him. He's going to come around the corner and get the first down still on his feet. as he has to be up across the 50, right at the 50. You're going to say that is where Blake Sutton's going to hurt you.
Well,
busted plays.
Yes, you miss him on that initial attack. You're right, because with that speed, and he's got great vision down the field, and he just picked his alley and took off.
1st and 10, ball tip of it on the 50-yard line. Bergdahl here to the near side. Up to the top is Casey Wilbur again. Turn, straight back, down the middle, lofting throw. And that is going to be caught, thankfully, by Bendel, because that one was primed to be picked off.
Well, what happened on that one, I think it might have been number 16 in Fletcher Harper. The other possibility out there helping on the defense, trying to catch the number there. Looks like 36 or 26. If it's 26, it's Brenton Baker. 36 is Eli Muckler. Might have been Muckler. One of them jumped just a tad too quick on that, Dave.
Yeah, and I had my yardage kind of messed up. Can you believe that, Ken? They were on the 40-yard line, not the 50.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, because I need cheaters for my cheaters. 1st down, Westby ball right on the 20-yard line. You got the pro set behind Sutton, and he's underneath center. Now Stockstone slides in there, and he gets the pitch, and there's Bosworth. Read it well. Shot the gap and rolled down. Stockstone on no gain.
Well, I tell you what, Bosworth said, you know what? I've taken a couple of shots. It's my turn to get in here and make a move.
2nd and 10 now for the Norsemen. 6:58 on the clock.
Great play there.
18-0 Westby.
Sorry, Dave.
No, it's all right. I wore my steel-tipped shoes. Sutton gives to Stensling right up the middle. And, boy, they're doing a good job of getting on top and then grabbing his legs. Ball came out, but the whistle was blown well ahead.
They're going to keep the clock running on that as well.
Stensling, the ball carrier.
Looks like he picked up. We'll give him 2 yards on that carry.
Well, I tell you what, you could just pick just about anybody in the middle of that field as far as for the Hornets who helped make that tackle. The last man up was Brady Dosh, that sophomore.
This will test the conditioning of Richland Center, because you're going to get that battering ram all game long. And usually, as the past has shown us, the one will open up and he'll break it. 3rd and 9. He's dropping straight back. Now looking to the right side. And again, he's going to squirt out, trying to find somewhere to go with it and get ridden out of bounds. Nicely done. Was that 56 or was that Bosworth again?
I think it was Bosworth who pushed him out. Somebody had him down on the legs.
I'm just trying to see him walk clear of the back. It looks like 24.
Yeah.
Fingerson. No game, but we had a penalty.
Illegal formation on the Norseman. 5-yard penalty.
Must not have had enough people on the line, maybe. Illegal formation.
So give him the down over? It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So now Sutton will roll to the right side, and they're stenciling and tripped up at about the 14-yard line. Nice play out there by 28 in Dosh again.
He's kind of making a name for himself, only a sophomore.
Pickup of 8.
Give the young man some credit there. He's all over the place.
4th down, 5 to go. Nice ball from Sutton, put it right on Stensling as he's running.
You'll wake up in the morning and go, why am I black and blue?
Offset eye to the strong side here. And jump on the left side, wasn't called a cut across.
Oh.
Stockstone for 15 yards and a touchdown. That defender was waiting for the pick, Ken.
Yep.
And it went right in front of him.
Great little.
Stockstone decided to take it.
Great little timing play there, quarterback to receiver. At the 5:36 mark, it's 24-0 Westby. They're going to come back out and look for the kick this time with Brown. We'll peel back just a little bit here and see if we can watch the ball. Snap is down on the ground. Ball is blocked. Somebody came in there. That might have been Bosworth. Got the hands up and makes the stop. 5:36, as we mentioned, 24-0 Westby.
Well, Westby scoring on a nice slant to the inside, Sutton to Stackstone for 15 yards, making it 24-0. Bendel to kick off, and the Harper boys are in the back. This one's going to check up at about the 18-yard line, and now it's going to go into the hands of 16 in Fletcher, and he was able to maybe get 5 yards back. It'll be 1st and 10, and the ball will be sitting on, looks like, the 19-yard line.
Well, you take a look at this first half. It's been, a couple of big plays here by the Norsemen with that explosive speed. And they've been able to stymie the offense on center.
Yeah, and center has to put something together here. Last thing you need here is a 4-and-out and giving Westby that short field this close to the half. Working the inside handoff. And Westby, again, able to do a great job up front. That's Bendel, along with 5 in Gardner. And 20 in Friedland. Nice play by the linebacking crew of Westby. No gain on that.
Hitting the 5-minute mark now in this first half.
Low snap, now pitched to the near side. Looked like he had some space, and there's Ellison able to pop out and drop him for a loss. That was Dosh, and he took a 4-yard loss.
Ellison did a real nice job of keeping his hands on the defender, the would-be blocker, and he kept his eyes on the runner at the same time and then just kind of slid off in order to make the tackle.
3rd and 14 now for the Hornets. Receiver split to both sides. Bosworth looking left. Now he's going to come to the near side and run out of real estate. And boy, that hit committed right on the line. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, you want to be a little careful with that. And, of course, the tough part is, and Chase Bendel, number 56, I think what saved him was he kind of let up there. He popped him, but he stepped back as he popped him.
Yeah, he didn't lay him out.
Right.
So the Hornets now going to punt this thing away. And they only have, they have 11. Good snap again. And a decent punt that'll come across the 50, and it'll roll. And it'll be stopped at about the 42-yard line.
Taking a look there, Casey Wilbur was kind of close. He had it. I think he was just trying to get away, and he kind of ran over one of the Hornets. But as it is, Westby in great field position.
All right, Sutton brings them up here on this 1st and 10. 4:08 mark of the second. I formation behind, and now we had some jumping in the front, and they're going to give catch number 4 in Bjorklund for Westby.
False start on the Norseman.
That'll move the ball back 5, making it 1st and 15.
Bowling placed at the 38-yard line. 1st and 15.
Stackstone to the top. Wilbur to the bottom, and the give is to Maury up the middle. Skates around. Now he's got a big gap in front of him, and he's off to the races. Drugged down. Boy, nice play by Fletcher as he brought him down at the 21-yard line.
Well, that was quite the run there as he broke through. And it looked like he was going to have that touchdown, but great effort by the Hornets.
42-yard pickup by Maury. And the ball on the 20-yard line. Had to check that toy skin. Stenciling to the left side, Maury to the right side of Sutton. And that ball didn't even get to Sutton, I don't think.
No, it didn't look like it, did it? clock continuing to run. We're under the 3:30 mark here in this first half action. 24-0 again. Westby with the lead and the drive.
Sutton floating around. Now going behind Stensling. He's running to the right with Sutton, and Stensling tried to set up in a gap there, and the ball was thrown behind him. I think Sutton thought he was going to continue running.
He had a nice fake on that play, and all of a sudden, when he turned, though, he had a couple of Hornets that were breathing down his neck.
Well, Blake, first year playing quarterback. Got a great talent, great speed. He was a tremendous athlete. But, you know, it's difficult, Ken, in these situations if you really haven't spent a lot of time there. And when you're on the run, keeping your eyes down, looking down the field.
Yeah.
You know, you can see short, but getting your eyes way down the field, that's not easy to do. And he'll pick that up as the year goes by.
Right.
Stockstone in motion, Sutton under the center. And they're going to pitch it to him. He's come to the right side. Now he's looking to throw it. Lobs up in the air. He's got it wide open. Is number 6 in Bergdahl. So Westby goes to the bag of tricks. And Stackstone, he's going to decide, well, you know what? I'll throw for one, too.
Yes, and he did. There was nobody around by a good 10 yards. That one at the 2:59 mark. And now we'll see if they're going to look for the 2-point conversion or do the kick here. Westby putting 30 points on the board here in this first half action. And also in the process holding the Hornets without a score.
So Westby will go for 2 here. Wrathel doing a good job snapping the ball. Here comes Stensling. He finally gets something. He gets a 2-yard carry for the point after.
Well, we can take a little break here as they will come over to the sidelines. Each team gets some water and a little pep talk from the coaches. When we return, another kickoff here for the Norsemen. Well, Dave, we just witnessed something that I would not want to be a part of right now, and that was a push-up for every point scored.
Yeah, and Emma Kerner was the one doing it. She got a little stall at about the 30 mark, but then she finished off the last 2 and
got that second win.
Bendel to kick, sends it end over end, and this one's going to come down towards Duncan Harper. Picks up, looking to the inside. Now, nice little cut. Now he's got a little bit of a gap. Going to scoot to the outside, and here comes a flag down as 17 for Westby, and Brian Hicks is going to get called for an infraction here.
Well, I wonder if that wouldn't be a horse collar just by the way it looked, but we'll have to wait and see what the official call is.
Real nice return.
Correct.
A little cool air blowing through here now,
Yeah.
Ken. That feels pretty good.
It does.
Someone turned the air on.
I thought they had the furnace on before when we stepped in here.
So 2:52 left in this half, and again, if you're Richland Center, Westby, I think, has what? They've used 2 timeouts.
They've used 2. They've got 1 left, yes. Still discussing things here.
They haven't marked off the penalty yet, I don't think.
Right.
There we go. Big long strides. Brings it across to 50. Is going to put it on the 49 of Westby territory. As a face mask is what it's called.
Okay.
Bosworth, empty backfield. 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom, and 2 to the bottom receivers. Low snap. Bosworth, again, just going to try to get something going, and he might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, again, you take a look. Maddox Torkelson, number 15, playing in that nose tackle position as a freshman here, folks. And he was able to kind of slide off to his left side and make the stop on Bosworth.
2nd and 10. Now a give. That's Brenninger. And he
ball carrier.
Got back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, he just was not able to turn the corner because that Westby defense really flowed along with him and kept stringing that play out more and more.
Yeah, I think that Richland Center, you have to focus between the tackles. Westby's just too fast on the edges. Bosworth, the look's got a player right in the slot, and almost at the first down, he's going to be short by about a yard. And it was a nice hit delivered by Bergdahl, but a nice catch by Zach Hillers, pickup of 8.
I'll bring up a 4th, and they're going to mark it just a couple of yards shy here. 4th and 2. 137 and counting.
Clean snap. Bosworth looking for some space. Boy, he's going to get the first down. Ken, that was a big first down.
Yes.
Big first down. You know, it sprung it for maybe 3-4 yards, but that kept them with possession because you do not want to give the ball back to Westby.
He showed some nice patience there, too. We're letting his blockers kind of get engaged with the defense.
He's done that a few times on missed snaps. He's been able to be calling back there. Now he's going to look down the side. He's got a guy wide open and caught for the touchdown. 37-yard strike.
Boy, what a beautiful pass. He led him. He didn't worry about, anything but seeing his man, and he hit him.
Fingerson with the catch, the sophomore. I don't know who was over defensively for Westby, but they got caught.
Yep. Maybe caught looking inside a little bit too long, and Fingerson made him pay for it. Here comes the left-footed kick. The approach, the ball is up, and it is good.
Wow.
Boy, a nice job there by the Hornets. And the extra point kick, well, I tell you what, I think that was number 5 in Zach Hillers. We'll have to take a look and see here in a couple moments. It's now 32-7 in favor of Westby, 107 remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, this could be. I tell you what, Ken, I'm popping it up to about the 25-yard line.
Yep.
I am not going to get it in the back to those guys in the back.
And stepping in to kick Hillers, we'll see if that's what he was told to do.
It's Maury and Stackstone back there, and yep, right up the middle.
Ooh.
And whoa, I tell you, nice play by 20 and Friedland.
Yeah.
As he
that ball
took
ricocheted
the
off
block,
him.
he got on it in a hurry.
Yeah. He didn't even hesitate. A lot of people, you'd stop and go, okay, where to go? But
right.
he just went right after it. So great reaction from Friedland. Norseman, well, Dave, they're sitting in pretty good spot.
They're in business right here.
Yeah.
Again, especially with Sutton, who can kind of be elusive in that backfield. We'll see if they design one up down the sideline here. Bergdahl coming to the near side. Stackstone, the speedster, on the top. And in the slot is number 9 and Lucas Bendel. Near slot here is Ellefson. So a little screen pass to Stensling. Looking for a little room to run, and picks up about 14, 15. There's some laundry on the field.
Well, I tell you what, that was a well-designed play and a nice play call by the Norseman coaching staff, but unfortunately, they're going to walk it back.
Did they call a hold? What did they call? I didn't even see what they called.
I missed it here.
Well, it's at least a hold. There's 10. It'll be first down and about 16. Stackstone. Bendel to the top. Ball's on the floor, and it's going to be Richland's. It's going to be a wrestling match now. Richland Center, I think, has it.
I tell you what, I kind of think that too. They're going to
keep it going.
Wow. Westby dodged a huge bullet right there.
Sutton got his arms underneath him.
Yeah, cannonball, I think.
Yeah.
Clock's running at 40 seconds to go here in the half, but boy, that would have been a huge play for the Hornets.
Now bring up second down and about 18.
Here's a kind of a little bit of an interesting dilemma. If you're the Hornets, and it looks like they're not going to do it, you could call timeout, but then that gives Westby a chance to come up with a design play.
Yeah, at least it gives them at least 3 plays.
Right.
Now it might just be a couple, depending on how far this completion will go. Sutton, he's got a guy wide open down the middle at Stackstone and overshot him.
3 seconds remaining. A step, not even.
Now defensively, you'd expect that Richland Center will send 3 guys back just to play safety.
Again, quite the route here. And how he got, I guess I would say, how did he get behind? Probably his speed.
Yeah, his speed. There's no doubt about it. Handoff right up the middle to Stenciling. And he'll be clipped down after a pickup of 9. And that should do it.
Well, nice first half here with the Westby Richland Center ball game. 32-7 is your score. We'll take a real quick break and come back and talk a little bit about this first half action with Dave Gluck. We come as the teams exit the field to opposite ends so they can chat about this first half. That gives us an opportunity to talk about what we saw, Dave.
Well, Westby obviously off to a fast start in Anders Stockstone with a 95-yard opening kickoff. Westby scored 2 more times in the first. Sutton to Bergdahl on a pass play, and then Sutton on a 44-yard run. And then Westby comes up, puts 2 more on the board, Ken, to start that second quarter. One at the 5:26 mark, Sutton to Stackstone on a 15-yard play, and then the 2:52 mark where it was Stackstone throwing to Bergdahl. Finally, Richland Center got on the board with Boswell to Fingerson with about a minute left. I think the story so far to me, Ken, is Richland Center's doing a nice job containing the rushing of Westby. Stenciling 8 carries for 26 yards. Mowry has 4 for 58. Of course, he had that big 42-yarder. So you take that away, and you know they're pretty productive with him on the other 3 carries. Sutton, 5 carries for 60. As far as Richland Center goes, that's probably the tough part for them is their backfield. Their running backs right now have a combined 6 carries for -6. Wow. Bosworth has 7 carries for 46 yards. So I think it's kind of what we expected. We expected to see a lot of speed out of Westby, a lot of experience out of them, but I think the fight in the Hornets is good.
Yes, very much so. Right.
They just found themselves in bad field position.
Yeah. And unfortunately for them, it probably doesn't matter with that team speed of the Norsemen. They can score from just about any position in the field, and we've seen that already. Well, let's take a little break. We'll come back. When we return, second half action, 32-7 your score here. Norsemen over the Hornets. We return here to Richland Center. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, along with Dave Gluck as we get set for second half action. The Norsemen out in front, 32-7 on many explosive plays. It's their job to kick the ball away to begin the second half. Let's turn the mic over to Dave Gluck.
Yeah, you have Fletcher and Duncan Harper. They've been kind of getting used to being back there, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
This one will check up in front of Duncan. And, yeah, he had to retreat right away. And then he spun out in the grass. The temperature has really changed. And it makes you wonder if the turf itself, the grass, is going to get a little more slick.
I'm kind of thinking that a little bit. You can feel the coolness in the air. And, that might change the philosophy of what's going on down here on the field, Dave.
That very well could. So Richland Center will come out. Bosworth, still quarterback. He's got an empty backfield. 2 receivers to the top, 3 to the bottom. I'll tell you something interesting after this play, too. Bosworth rolling out to his left. A little bit of trouble still keeping it going. And, picked off by Stackstone. And that'll be a quick score. You know, Bosworth did a good job, Ken, of keeping his eyes downfield, trying to find something. And he had a guy, he just didn't see Stackstone coming across.
It looks like that's about a 20-yard touchdown return with the interception. And Westby, well, they jump back out here with that score. It's 38-7. We're going to pan back just a little bit here as we get set for the extra point kick once again. Stepping in, it's going to be Devin Brown, the junior. Snap is down, and the kick is up, and it is good.
Got one.
11:44. Boy, it was 11:46 at the beginning of the ball game when the Norsemen picked up the very first score on the kickoff return, an opening play of the game. Here's the opening play of the second half, and it's another score.
At 11:44 mark.
We'll come right back with more here. We'll give them a moment to catch their breath, and we'll do the same. I want to say thanks to all those terrific sponsors that you're going to be seeing down in the lower corner of the screen here. And, of course, we want that visual. Without their great support, we would not be here doing tonight's ball game.
Bendel with the kick. It's going to go again over to Duncan Fletcher. And he's going to try to get to the outside. Turns the corner. And it's taken out at about the 36-yard line. Nice return by Duncan Harper, the sophomore.
Well, the fact that he was able to make that corner was huge for him because he had a couple of Norsemen coming right down on top of him.
Yeah, with the outside contained guys kind of got caught to the inside for Westby that time.
Yep.
And, Fletcher has been going right up the middle with it every time, and that time he bounced it. 1st and 10 for Bosworth and the Hornets. 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. And he's going to back off to his left side in Brenninger. Good snap back. Bosworth looking. Stands and delivers. Throws it out to Hillers. And he picked up about 7.
Nice little route, Dave, as Hillers comes back to the ball in that well, I don't know, I don't want to say a melee, but there was about 4 or 5 people, it seemed like, out on that far side, and all of a sudden he busted out back all by himself, and he got the nice catch.
Well, Ken, the center, the left guard, and the left tackle, sophomores.
Wow.
For this team. They have a junior on the right guard and a senior on the right tackle. They are a young group.
That is.
And there's a keeper up the middle for Bosworth, and he'll jump to the outside. He'll evade another tackler and get pushed out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Pick up about 20.
That was just a great job, a great read by Bosworth. As you said, he popped to the outside and picks up a big-time run and the first down.
Took advantage of Westby really with a hard rush. And he's able to a little delay. Keeper right up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
1st and 10, ball on, or inside the 35-yard line, sent about the 34. And up, and there's a first kind of positive run out of the backfield for Richland Center, and that was Perkins.
That's what I was going to say. It looked like it was 34, and tell you what, Teague is he's a solid man.
Yeah, I did a lot of carrying the football last year for him.
2nd and 3.
So 2nd and 3 now. Richland Center looking to answer after the pick 6. Another quick pass play outside and slipping to the ground before the ball got to him was Fletcher Harper.
Well, it was going to be a short game, but it was going to be a gain.
And right now, Richland Center, no huddle offense. Muckler coming in. He'll go wide to the left side. Coming off the field is Hillers. Fletcher Perkins to the near side. And there goes Bosworth again, trying to get around the corner. He did get around the corner, and he'll go out of bounds. Looks like about the 19. We'll see where they spot it.
Bosworth ball carrier. Gain of 6.
They'll give him 6.
Result of play, 1st and 10, Hornets.
He just got outside the reach of one of the Westby ends here. I didn't see who that was. I think it was Bendel. He barely got past him.
And, the thing that kind of impressed me with that run, first down run, but he showed enough speed and enough savvy to get out of bounds.
9:50 here in the third quarter. Westby up 38-7. Handoff to 8 in Brenninger. And nice job stringing that thing out. Sutton coming in along with Rathel on the tackle.
Loss of 5.
those guys were not going to let him get to the outside, and that was a tough 1-2 punch right there.
Second and 15 now facing Richland Center. They run a lot of different sets. They do a good job of getting themselves lined up. Bosworth giving some instructions the last second here to the left side of that receiving crew. Fletcher, the lone receiver on the near side. Bosworth looking, now go over the middle. And boy, he's got a guy. Touchdown right in front of Sutton. And Sutton thought he had a beat on that ball, but it got through. And Richland Center quickly answers, as it is Bosworth to Fingerson again.
At the 9:03 mark, he threaded the needle on that one. It looked like it could have been another pick, but again, the fast snap of the wrist, we'll say, spiraled that one in. Looks like we're going to come up here with another kick attempt here on the extra point. This will be Hiller's. Left-footed kicker, booted the previous one through with a lot of ease. Lines are down, snap is good, the kick is up, and it's good as well.
Probably one of the better kickers, Ken, I've seen in a few years.
Tell you what, very, very smooth. 9:03 to go here in quarter number 3. It's 39-14 Westby. Well, we started off with the second half with a bang, and we got 2 scores, Dave. This is going to be a run and gun kind of game, maybe.
Yeah, we're going to find out, aren't we? Zach Hillers to kick off. Back deep, Stackstone and Mowry. And again, they're just going to scrib it up the middle. And it's going to get all the way back through to Stackstone. And here he goes.
Oh, my. Wow.
And he's going to score. I'm not sure who was on the backside of this play for Richland Center, but he was pretty undersized, and he didn't know if he wanted to get in the way of that.
Yep.
So that ball got all the way through. Give credit there to Ellefson for letting it go into the back for Stackstone or Mowry to pick up.
Yep, he could have very easily went after that one, but instead it winds up. Man, where did he pick that up at, Dave?
Had to be with the 10.
I was going to say somewhere in that 10 to 15 yard range, but that was a huge play here for the Norsemen to answer back after the Hornets score. We're going to look for the extra point kick. The shot is going to be blocked here as Brown not able to get that ball, get the trajectory where he needed it, and it's an easy block. 45-14. We got a shootout here. We'll be back in a moment. We come here to Richland Center, Ken Manning, along with Dave Gluck. And Dave, I'll tell you what, when we said we're going to be a shootout here in the second half, I was kind of half joking, but 3 touches, 3 scores.
Yeah, and I don't know, shootout is kind of like a mini explosion out of Stackstone here. 2 scores,
right.
A pick 6 and a 90-yard return. And of course, Richland Center, just a nice drive up the field.
Yep.
And a great pass from Bosworth to Fingerson for the score. Well, they did what they wanted. They wanted Hillers to squib it, but that thing got all the way back to Stackstone. And now here goes Bendel. He'll check it up in front of Harper. And he said, can't you give me an easy one, like a little room?
Yeah.
And he takes it out to about the 27-yard line where the Hornets will take over.
Great pursuit there. Once again, bottling things up in the middle of the field. That Westby defense on the kickoff with a nice stop here. The Hornets will pick up the ball on the 27.
You know what, 15, Ken, for Westby?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's not Nate Friedland.
Oh, could it be Nate?
I'm wondering if it's Nate. I don't know. I'm just wondering.
Maddox?
5'10", 170. Maddox, 6'1", 160, about the same size.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the Friedland boy in one of the classes last year, and he was, as a freshman, he was good size.
Yeah.
First down play results in about a 5-yard loss.
Well, it very well could be.
Yeah, I have no idea what they have. Multiple numbers like this. See, Friedland's list is 15, 49, and 52.
Mm-hmm. And Torkelson is the only freshman on the roster as far as for the varsity. So
and he wears 15, so it kind of makes you wonder. I mean, he doesn't have multiple jerseys, so
you're right.
It probably is Torkelson. Hard count, got Westby almost a drop. Now they'll split the field out a little wider. Now comes the count from the field judge and quickly to the outside and played well by Ellefson. But boy, they're having a tough time getting him down.
Boy, they are.
Short pickup of maybe 2.
That was a well-read play by Ellefson, though. He's fighting off that defender, you know. He had somebody right in his grill.
3rd and 12 now, 13. Westby, good rush up the field. Bosworth trying to get out of it. Spun himself around to the outside. Now he's going to throw it late. Oh, my goodness. I thought for sure that Casey Wilbur was going to get in front of that ball.
Yeah. I think Wilbur probably kept his eyes on the intended receiver, maybe just a touch too long, which you can't fault him for that. Otherwise, he might have had a pick 6.
4th down, and the Hornets will punt it. Fingerson, when he gets him away, he's done a nice job punting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to give credit to the snapper, his sophomore. Actually, who do they have in there now? It looks, yeah, it is. Want to see if that was at the regular center. High spiral. And Stackson's going to grab it. And all kinds of flags coming in.
I think everybody threw one. Well, we'll sort that one out, but you know, just when you see that many going, they all saw the same thing.
Yeah, they sure did. Or multiple things, right?
or multiple.
They all threw about the same spot, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Did one guy pick? I thought there was 3 down there for a while.
I thought so too. Yeah. Going to stay with the Norsemen here. They waved it off, or, you know, they waved one off. Maybe they. Okay. It will go against Westby. It's going to be a hold.
You're right. It looks like they waved one off and took the other one.
Yep. So you're right. It was multiple. Well, I guess if you're going to make a mistake, why not make it big? So.
There you go. 1st and 10, Westby now. And that ball sitting on the 45-yard line. Working out of the eye is Stensling and Ellefson. And Ellefson right up the middle, gain of a good 7.
Tell you what, an eyelash away from breaking that one too.
Well, you have to figure, you know, we talked about this a little bit in that first half, that this defensive line for Richland Center is probably getting tired.
Mm-hmm.
They've been beaten up pretty good up front, and not just by the blocking, but the size of the running backs.
Right.
But continue to hold their own.
You know, their effort is there. You got to like that.
Their defensive ends, you got a junior, a senior.
I remember talking with Andrew Troxel last year, and I think it was last year, maybe the year before. But I tell you what, that young man has, a lot of enthusiasm. He's putting the fire back into the Hornet football program.
Stensling off to the right side, and he'll get about 6.
Awfully close to the first down. We'll see where they spot it. Going to be just, well, now the main head official says it's a first down. The others say, well, okay.
Made that decision away from 10 yards back, right?
Well, they did have to get across the 45, and football, it is a football length on that side, or on this side anyways. Clock continuing to run. 5:55 and counting here in quarter number 3. And again, we got a good one here. It's 45-14 Westby.
1st and 10 Westby. Sutton dropping back. Going to throw it long. And that's going to hang into the air. Nice defensive play back there by Fletcher. And another flag down. Sutton that time just got that ball too high up in the air.
Yep.
16, Fletcher Harper.
And a hold by Westby. That'll back them up. Make it 1st and 20. Westby likes to go to that play. If you scout Westby, you'd be looking for that sideline throw. They've been trying that for the last 4 years. And first and 20, give now to Ellefson. Nice little stutter step in the backfield, and that was able to get him some positive yards going forward. He was met right at the line, but was able to get around and pick up a couple.
Kind of an interesting little thing. Ryan Birkland and looked like it was 18 and Tyler Woodman. They kind of patted each other on the shoulder pad there a little bit, like, well, that was a good play against both of us here.
Yeah, and both juniors. Westby, receivers to both sides, one back, stenciling off the left side of Sutton. Sutton's going to keep it. Look up the middle, bounces it to the outside. Spins out of it. Oh, he's still on his feet. And he goes down at about the 33. Boy, there's some cracking going on, wasn't there?
There was. I could hear a couple of them up here. You know, and I think right there, though, that might be the sign where he just kept going. Nobody was really wrapping him up. You know, the Hornets need to get those arms around the runner, and I think that's going to be a point of emphasis by the coaching staff.
1st and 10, Norseman.
Well, Sutton really elusive. We've seen that tonight.
Yes,
He is going to be hard to deal with all year long. Teams are just going to have to figure out ways to try how are you going to contain him. Because broken plays, he can turn those around. Really.
Yeah.
That was a design play, obviously, but broken plays, he can make something happen.
False start against the Norseman.
Well, that whole right side of the Norseman line, offensive line, all leaned forward at the same time.
Yeah, they're struggling a little bit here to get going in the second half. Looks like 66 out there. That's a name we don't have. And we'll make sure we get that cleared up. He's the right tackle right now. Here's Ellefson up through the middle. Good job of running. Ellefson extremely fast.
Gain of 10.
Clock now under 4 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Norseman with a comfortable lead here at 45-14. It's an exciting game, fun to call because they're up and down the field.
They are 2nd and 4. Ellefson to the right side of Sutton, stenciling to the left. Yeah, Bjorklund took off early there.
Yeah.
Bjorklund. I'm pretty positive that's who they're going to call. Little head start.
False start against the Norseman.
They've had a handful of those, haven't they?
Yes, they have. That's something they'll have to be shorting up a
Things
little
to clean
bit.
up, yeah. And now it looks like we have a timeout on the field.
We'll do the same. 3:33 to go here. We'll be right back.
2nd down and 10 for Westby following the march off. I think, Ken, they probably took that timeout to talk to them about right now, stay mentally in this thing. Lots of mistakes up front. Sutton give to stenciling off the right side. The battering ram keeps plowing forward and gets a gain of about maybe 5.
Well, the interesting part is he took a hit, gave a hit, and then slid to his left and took another couple of hits. Hard to bring him down.
Yeah, he's kind of walking a little sore right now. He's bent over, and he's been injured all summer long, and kind of you wonder sometimes how long do you keep pounding a guy.
Well, that's a good point because you need him for the long haul in the Cooley Conference.
Yep.
Well, it looks like we're going to take another timeout here, Dave.
Got a guy down for Richland Center.
Oh, yes.
A cramp the way it looks.
Yep, it is. All right, well, we'll do the same.
All right, we'll return here. Just looks like some leg cramps there. They got worked out. So it'll be 3rd and about 4 for Westby. Sutton inside handoff to stenciling. And up through the middle he goes. And, yep, there time he ran over a Richland Center player. And that was a pretty physical run right there, Ken. 29 yards.
Yeah. he took a couple of hits, but I think he gave out a couple as well. And it looks like we're going to take a little break here as we got a man down. We'll return, and as the Norsemen picking up that touchdown, they now lead 51-14 with 2:56 to go here in quarter number 3. Well, here we go, and as we come back, the extra point kick is up and good by Brown, and that means another little quick timeout as Westby extends their lead, 52-14, 2:56 to go in quarter number 3.
So Bendel once again to kick. His legs are getting tired, Ken.
Yeah.
Harper and Harper back deep. Westby's kickoff coverage has been pretty good today. They've had a lot of practice at it today, haven't they? Here comes Duncan Harper again. They're kicking it right at him every time. Here he comes trying to get through the middle and takes it out to about the 29-yard line. Nice return.
Zach Bjorklund in there as well as Casey Wilbur. They join forces for that big-time stop.
So Bosworth will come out with the Hornet squad. They all move it up. Tip of the ball just on the 30. Brenton Baker, 26 now in the backfield for the Hornets. Bosworth kind of gets some directions changed there, and here we go. Tried to get to fake the jet sweep and kind of get Bosworth off the back side of that activity, and nothing shaken as Westby quickly recognized it. And 2-yard loss.
Wondering about that running clock situation. It does say the National High School Football rules, it says 35 points or more, and it's second half. So I would imagine the clock would be continuing to run here.
Bosworth keeping it again. And I tell you what, I got to see this. Number 8 for Cole Brenninger he carried out a great fake. In fact, Bendel just wrapped him up and dropped him, thinking he threw him for a loss, and the ball was 15 yards up the field.
I kind of started following that, and I realized he didn't have it.
Liam Fingerson going wide into the slot. And again, Bosworth doing a good job. Well, he's running up through the middle pretty well tonight, all night long.
Yes. He's reading his blockers and making that good decision, right or left, at the right time. Give him some positive credit there. Down to about 35 seconds here in the third quarter, Dave.
2nd and 4 now. Again, Fingerson will go up into that slot, moving from right to left. Bosworth. Sutton. Great leaping one-hand attempt, but not able to bring it in. And now he cramped up, I think.
Yeah, he's fighting that one.
He's going to run it off. Nope, he's going to come out before it gets worse.
Yep. Yeah, you want to do that. Wow.
Zach Bjorklund coming in to replace him at that safety spot, and now
into the quarter
into
here.
The quarter.
Dave. Yep.
So move to the 4th.
We'll take a look at how things kind of materialize here in quarter number 4. As you can see, 52-14, Westby on top in the non-conference game. It's the opening game of the season in Wisconsin.
Back here, start of the 4th quarter. Westby up on this one, 52-14. The clock will be running. And it's 3rd and 4 facing the Hornets. Trying to set up a screen. Oh, nice little drag screen. And boy, he just got across the line to gain.
He'll get the first down as the official here on the near side says plenty of room.
Gain of 5. And Jaden Shep, number 2, Ken, freshman.
Yeah, good for him.
Now coming in for Westby, number 3 in Grady Evenstead. Bendel's going to go off. There goes the flag, not in time. And Bosworth plows his way forward for one. And all kinds of flags flying now. This will be interesting what was happening down there.
Right. Clock is continuing to move here, regardless of the number of flags on the field.
Richland Center right out in formation right away. 11 jogging off for Westby and Jaden Geyer.
Well, there was a little confusion as to who was supposed to go out on that play, and looked like it was 56 and Chase Bendel who was hustling to get out of bounds, get off the field, but he was about 3 steps too late.
And I wonder if Hunter Anderson's also in the game in the middle linebacker slot.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like him to me. 57. Yep, Hunter Anderson, the senior. So Richland Center is going to go against them. I'm not sure what the call is, but it's taken about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't move the ball again.
No, they didn't, did they? Offsetting then?
Nope, not what they're doing here. I guess so.
They're still talking, and they're still burning time as we're under 10 minutes now in the ball game.
Yeah, we just had that one. Do we have one play?
Yeah, pretty much.
To start it? The Dre, yeah.
Sure seems like it.
Yeah, it was. Well, the second play would have been where all the flags came out.
Right. Now they're going to stop the clock because the officials need their time to sort this out. So it could be, I'd hate to even try and project on that one, but a couple of penalties in there, and they have to decide one on Richland Center.
As long as no fisticuffs are taking place.
All right.
Oh, there we go. Just don't know.
That's interesting. And
the coaches aren't even asking for an explanation.
No, they're good. They're good with it.
It was offsetting penalties.
They do wind up the clock, and here we go.
So 1st and 10. Bosworth, he's got all kinds of space in front of him. Going to get across the 40 and reach his arm out to about the 36-yard line. They're going to bring him back to about the 38.
Well, nice heads-up play by Bosworth, and again, he has that vision and was able to scoot away from that interior defensive line on the attack.
Well, if you're a Westby offensive player, you're saying score.
True.
1st down, 10. Near side. And stepping out of bounds. It won't stop the clock, but it was a nice play. Wraithel forces him out. That snap was low, and he kind of reached forward and brought it right back into him.
One thing I thought about that, Dave, was he kept his knee off the ground. That was a pretty athletic move, really.
9-yard pickup, 95 yards on 14 carries for West Bosworth. 102 through the air on 14 attempts, so he's had a nice day. And I think he's really maintained himself all night long.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's going to look to the left or right, nothing there. He's going to get around the corner again. And he'll go out at about the 14-yard line.
Well, on that play, I was watching 57 and Hunter Anderson, and what he did is just, a little bit of an inexperience. Right idea of going on the attack, but he needed to go a little bit more of the diagonal motion instead of he turned the corner a little too quick, and that allowed Bosworth to get around him. Bosworth had the angle.
And he picked up 15. 1st and 10, ball on the 15-yard line. And again, a low slap. Bosworth comes out of it, trying to get around the corner. There's Wilbur. And there's a nice shot there delivered by number 6.
Wow.
In Bergdahl.
with the ball carrier.
Wilbur did a great job, and Case is fast too. Did a great job of stringing him out and not letting him get that
Gain
corner.
5.
Well, we're now under 7 minutes to go in the ball game, and boy, does things ever speed up with that running clock.
So now receivers split to both sides. Straight drop back. He's going to take off again. Underneath tackle number 3 for Westby, Evenstead. And I didn't see who covered him. That might have been Brown.
Yeah, I missed it, Dave.
So third down, about 3.
4th and 3.
Ball looks like it's sitting on about the, 7-yard line? What time you got kind of the clock?
Yes, we're at 6:15 and
Okay.
moving.
Could have been about 9:15 if they didn't have that flag fest in the middle of the field. Bosworth rolling to his right. He's got a receiver right there, and he went to the wrong one again.
Yep.
He went to the backside receiver, and the front right side receiver was wide open in Fingerson.
Yes, he was all by himself.
6, Brenton Baker. 4th and 3.
Well, with the clock moving here, it brings up a 4th down, and they have on the board on the 8.
So big 4th down here. If they want to keep this thing going, they're going to try to kick it, which isn't a bad idea. But I don't think that'll still remain at 35. But, really a great opportunity to practice something like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
It will be a 25-yard field goal from the left hash. After a timeout, we'll find out if that's what they're going to do or if they're going to run another play. Hiller's on for a 23-yard field goal from the left hash. Bosworth to hold. Low, nice. Oh, my goodness.
That was really
That
good.
is as good as it gets right there.
Yeah.
A couple different things there. Bosworth getting that snap and getting it down for Hillers because it was a low worm burner to him.
It was, absolutely. Well, the score at the 5:17 mark, the clock stops with that field goal. 52-17 will return with kickoff by the Hornets.
So we're kicking the ball off. Ellison now is back deep, as well as I think it's Maury is still back there for Westby, and they're going to go to the sideline. It's going to sneak out of bounds, and Westby will have a choice on what to do. They'll probably just take the ball if they're going to look to run this thing out. We'll see.
Yeah, I would think so. Nobody touched it, so the clock still is not moving, but once the ball is snapped, it will take off.
I think you're going to see Zach Bjorklund coming in, especially with Sutton kind of having those cramps. There's probably no reason to have him out there anymore. In fact, the first-team offense is pretty much on the sidelines right now.
The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line.
So they'll look to keep the ball on the ground, you would imagine, and let the clock do its thing. Well, and here's the other part, Dave. You can milk a good minute and a half off in a regular type situation with the clock running. You got to think you could go at least a couple of minutes, if not more, with three downs.
So 1st and 10, Westby running out of the eye. He'll turn, give to the second back. That's number 11 in Jaden Geyer.
Jaden Geyer, the ball carrier.
No place to go there as that defense knifed through. Looks like it was Brenninger in on the tackle. He had some help by the teammate. I did not catch that number.
Number 6, Wes Bosworth.
Trying to pick up some numbers out here, Ken. I see 70, 69 and Sidney Rick, 78 and Tanner Hagan, 40 and Owen Hoff. Give again, second back through.
Devin Brown is in there offensively now.
As well as Gabe Friedland, 17 in Brian Hicks, 12 also out there. And I don't have a 12. Do you?
No. We're going to call a timeout. I think this one by the Hornets.
So Yorkland will bring them up with a third and about 13. Hicks to the near side. Wilbur to the top. And I tried to go to Wilbur a little too high for him. And I'll bring up fourth down.
Clock continues to move here. We'll now have a timeout by Richland Center. Want to talk things over a little bit here and force the punt.
Pass ball's incomplete.
So we'll take another break.
Well, we're back here, fourth and about 14. Bendel on to punt it away. And that one will go to the right side, coming up, grabbing it, and being taken down right away. That was Wilbur
Fletcher Harper on the return.
on Fletcher Harper. Nice coverage by Casey.
But I tell you what, he got down the field in a hurry. It was a pretty decent punt as far as the height goes, and allowed for that defense on the coverage to get there.
You know, I'm seeing eight seniors on this Richland team, Ken, and 5 of them have played. Of course, Hillers, Brenninger, Perkins, Muckler, and Honer have been on the field quite a bit tonight. So young team, really young team.
Yeah.
First and 10. Little inside handoff. And trying to get around to the outside and taken down nicely by 57 in Hunter Anderson was number 8 in Cole Brenninger.
Yeah, nice play there by Hunter. He was able to kind of knife in behind the blocker and cut off the run.
Approaching 3 minutes left in this contest. Westby up by 35, so the clock continues to move. Quick out, and boy, he did a nice job getting down and catching that by the freshman Shope, but he was down then right away. No gain. Maybe one.
Gain of 1. 3rd and 8.
Westby still trying to figure things out.
Oh, yeah.
They had all kinds of guys on the field, and
Oh, my goodness.
Wilbur with the interception, dancing around and still on his feet, still moving, bouncing off of guys. Now he's going to get to the outside, across the 40, 35, and brought down on a pretty firm tackle by Fletcher. But boy, Ken, Westby had guys running onto the field.
How is there not a flag? Yeah, I agree. And the fact that Wilbur was able to come up with the interception when everybody was clumped up in the middle of the field.
Right. Nice return.
Yeah.
Bounced off a few tackles. Got the ball down to, the 31?
That'll pretty much seal the deal now as we're under the 2-minute mark.
I would guess you'd see some handing off here. We'll find out. Give straight up the middle. Number 12 now at quarterback for Westby, and again, no name with that.
On the run, that was 22 and Devin Brown. He hit the hole in a hurry.
Yeah, he's a pretty strong kid.
Mm-hmm. Under a minute 15 now.
Gonna give up the middle. And that time Brown is met right in the hole. He might have had enough for first down. Picked up 1. That'll give him a first down. And less than a minute left here, Ken?
Yes, we're now down to about 50 seconds to go. And, well, really honestly, just take a knee.
Yep. But these young kids out there that might be a couple freshmen or sophomore, I don't know.
They want to play, and you get that.
But there's also all kinds of different parts of the game, right?
Yep.
What you're saying. And here comes Geyer up the middle, and flag comes flying in.
Yep.
And that'll do it by the time they just hash out the flag.
I agree. That should take
Bosworth was kind of the show here for Richland Center, 117 on the ground, 103 through the air. But again, a young line in front of him. That kind of was the reason why those backs could not get going today.
Right.
For them, Westby, meanwhile, Stensling's going to end up with 66 on the ground on 11 carries, 78 on the ground for Blake Sutton. 58 by Mowry. And Sutton had 68 yards through the air. So that'll put a wrap on it here. 52-17.
Yes.
Westby Norseman over the Hornets of Richland Center. Nice way to start the year for Westby. Kind of game we kind of expected the outcome of this one, Ken, but still you never know until the first kickoff goes, right?
Exactly, and that first kickoff was a dandy as the Norsemen come up with the touchdown run. About a 90-yarder, we figured, and they never looked back after that. Next week, the Norsemen will host the Benton Zephyrs, if I remember right.
Sounds right. Benton
Yeah.
Schulzberg, is that the... No, Benton. Are they on their own?
I think they might be on their own with football.
Okay.
And we'll have a tape-delayed broadcast with Viroqua and Brookwood that'll be a live broadcast on Twitch, the WWVP LLC Viroqua channel. Westby will be live, we hope, if we get everything, get all the bugs worked out. That's the main thing. And then Cashton, that one will be a tape-delayed broadcast as they travel to Independence. So, Dave, week number 2 coming up. Should be a good one. Thanks again for helping out here. This was a big win here for the Norsemen. We'll take a look at things and come back here. We want to say thanks to all those sponsors, and we hope that you enjoyed watching this Western Wisconsin video production of Westby Norseman football action. For Dave Gluck, I'm Ken Manning. We'll see you next week somewhere out there on the gridiron. So long, everyone. Have a great weekend.